So everybody, I'd like to introduce Malte Kramer. He is a dedicated rescue dog dad, author of Play for Something, a North Star for student athletes, and the founder and CEO of Luxury Presence, one of the fastest growing prop tech companies in North America, merging the tech and real estate worlds. Luxury Presence is the leading growth marketing platform for real estate agents and teams, evidenced by a $25.9 million Series B led by Bessemer Ventures Partners and over 5,000 clients to date. Originally from Germany, Malte began his entrepreneurial journey by starting.
I'm in a meeting for another half an hour. Let me call you back, bro, Dick.
Oh, yeah, sure. Meet somebody there. Okay, so originally from Germany, Malte began his entrepreneurial journey by starting a fundraising app called Giver while studying at Pepperdine. After graduating as valedictorian, earning an MBA from Stanford, then becoming a professional athlete, he set out to empower real estate agents and transform the way they do business. Inspired by his time as a marketing consultant for real estate titan Jade Mills, Malte started Luxury Presence. So I will let you go from there, Malte. Welcome, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me and for the nice intro. And welcome, everyone. I see some familiar faces, and I'm excited to dive in. So this session is about how to create a high-impact homepage that generates leads and builds your brand. And I'll talk more about why that's important. You just heard my background, so I'm not going to spend any time on this. I've been in real estate since 2015, and maybe one thing to add is that I got my start as a marketing consultant, working very closely with a real estate agent here in Beverly Hills. Her name is Jade Mills. She's done over $7 billion in career sales, and so had the chance to work very closely and get to know her side of the business and the luxury market in particular. And so a lot of what I do and how we've built this company is informed by some of those early lessons in working very closely with some of the most successful real estate agents in the world, and taking some of those lessons and applying them here. And so I'll try and share some of those lessons in this session. A little bit about Luxury Presence. This is the company that I founded and I'm the CEO of. We are an award-winning full-service digital platform. We solely focus on real estate and the luxury market in particular. We work with over 20 of the top 100 Wall Street Journal agents across the country. We support clients in the US and Canada and some internationally as well. And we have a team of over 300 engineers, client success managers, and digital marketers across all the main disciplines. So SEO, social media, content marketing, you name it. We are the one-stop shop when it comes to digital marketing for luxury real estate. All right, so websites have been around for 20 years. Do they still matter? Are they still relevant? Why do they matter? I want to start with these three stats. You probably have seen these. The first one is that 97% of buyers start their home search online, right? So your clients are online and they're going out, they're seeking information, they're going through the early stages of the process often on their own. The second stat here I always find really interesting, 73% of buyers only interview one agent, right? So the first impressions win business. And then this third stat is a recent one, 90% of sellers say they would use their agent again after they transact. So they're happy with the work that the agent did, which means there's a huge opportunity to turn those 90% of happy customers into repeat clients 10 years later when they want to upsize, downsize, whatever it may be. And so that first impression leads to more business, which leads to more repeat business. And so your website plays a critical role in that first impression. And I want to talk about that a bit more. It is the face of your online brand in many ways. It's the destination that your prospective clients seek out when they research you. And yes, they will Google you. All of them will, after they hear about you, that will be the first place they go in most cases. Your website is also the gateway to your content and a place to tell your story and share your expertise. And it's the central hub that converts your visitors into leads. So if you do it the right way, it sits at the heart of your marketing. All the other channels you use should be driving traffic back to your website where you can convert it into leads. And I'll talk about how to do that more later on. And then lastly, it's an asset that you own that grows in value over time. So the content you build, the rankings you earn will provide you with more business over time. And so it's a critical asset that's worth investing in. Now, why am I focusing on the homepage for this discussion? The homepage is, in my opinion, the most valuable piece of real estate, digital real estate that you all own if you have a website. And there are a few reasons for this. It usually gets the most visits out of all of the pages on your website. Often it's between 30 and 60% of your total website visits. It's also typically the first interaction that someone has with your brand online, right? So it is critically important that you design your homepage to get someone's attention and keep it. And you only have a small window of time to do this and to create a potentially lifelong client relationship. So your homepage should reflect how you want to be perceived and be tailored to what your clients care about most. There are 6 elements that I want to talk about that make a great homepage. The first is a clear and concise, unique selling proposition, or USP. The second is intuitive navigation. The third are your call to actions, your CTAs. Fourth are the images and the video content you choose. Fifth is your social proof. These are case studies and testimonials. And then 6 are the benefits, why someone should work with you and how you help solve their problems. So let's talk about each one. First is your headline. This is above the fold, meaning someone can see it as soon as they open your homepage. This is the text that you present in the largest font, and it has a big job. Studies find that most visitors decide within the first 3 seconds of landing on a website if they want to stay, if they want to learn more, or if they're going to drop off. And so you have to capture someone's attention with that first headline. You want to use evocative language. You want to make an emotional connection. You want to give someone a reason to want to scroll or click and spend more time on your website. And the best way to do that is to really think about who your target customers are and then to speak to them directly and to be very specific. So don't shy away from naming your target audience. If you work with, for example, primarily with new and growing families, first-time home buyers, and that is your niche, then speak to them directly with this headline. Don't make it too broad. Don't make it apply to everyone. It is much better to be specific. So think about what your target customers most care about, what problems they have. In this example, you may write out some of the things that that your target customers care about, which may be they might be anxious or scared or excited about buying their first home. They might be thinking about what the best neighborhood is for their needs. They may care about schools in the area. You know your customer best, so really think about what is it they care about, and then try to capture that with that first headline. So in this case, you may say something like, find more than your first home, find your place in a community. Another example here, very different agent. This is a client of ours, Ginger Martin in Napa Valley, focused on the very high-end market. And she knows that her clients care a lot about her global reach and her ability to find buyers from outside of Napa Valley. Obviously, there's a lot of second home buyers and so on. And so this headline here works well for her: local expertise, global connections. She knows that this is what her target customers most care about. The second item I want to focus on is intuitive navigation. So the best way to think about this is to use the 3-click rule. Any content on your website that is important for your visitors to find should be reached in 3 clicks or less. If it's more than 3 clicks, people probably won't get there. And the more important it is, the fewer clicks it should require. So your most important content you want to have on the homepage directly. 1 click away is still a good place to show more in-depth content. as soon as you go 2 or 3 clicks away, you just see a drop off of how many people are going to see it. And so this is a good, it's a little bit oversimplified, but it's a good best practice to follow. An example here is if you are focused on buyers and you know they care about inventory in your market and you really want to leverage your IDX home search page, definitely link it in the top navigation menu, and then think about are there other sections and elements on the homepage where you can have the primary CTA drive traffic back to that home search experience. On other pages of the website, can you have buttons that link to that page, knowing that this is going to be a great page for you to convert buyers into leads who are browsing for homes, who are saving listings, who are saving searches. And so work backwards from the pages that you want to drive your traffic to, and then think about how you can link to it directly from your homepage menu and from your homepage sections and elements. The third element I want to talk about are your calls to action. And there are a number of goals that you can have for your CTAs. The first one is to download more information. This is a great way to capture leads. The second one is to navigate to a new page, as I just mentioned, to drive attention and drive traffic to where you really want it to go. And then the third one is to get in touch for people to be able to contact you. For downloading more information, what we see is having great content that is very valuable and in-depth, making that available via download on your website can be a great way to capture leads. And it's a great way to have strong CTAs that will convert quite well. 2 examples here would be download whatever your ebook title is, or white paper title is, or market report now. Second one here would be get your market report today. Both of these drive some urgency and will tend to convert quite nicely. Second example here is navigating to a new page. Common CTAs for this would be read more, see our work, explore our properties. And then the third example, very straightforward. You want people to contact you. At the end of the day, that's the goal of your website, is to get people to get in touch with you, to want to do business with you. And so we recommend that you have on every page, have at least one call to action that is focused on getting in touch with you, booking a meeting, getting started. Any of those CTAs tend to work well. The fourth element are your images and videos. There's a study from Stanford University that showed that among over 2,500 people, the top criteria for deciding if a company is trustworthy or not was the website design, and often the images and videos are what most stands out to people, especially during those first 3 seconds. And so your images play a critical role in establishing that credibility, and so you want to pick them well. This is a bit subjective, of course, but generally speaking, you want to do 3 things with your images and videos. You want to capture emotion, you want to drive action, you want to tell the right story, right? So choose images and videos that evoke emotions, and make sure that the imagery connects to both your target market, but also your target audience. The fifth element of a great homepage are the benefits that you provide. Why should someone work with you and not another agent in your market, right? What is it that you are uniquely capable of doing and offering? So think about those differentiators and turn those into 3 to 5 key points that you highlight in a section on your homepage, where you talk about what makes you different. This can be your focus, this can be the target customer you work with, this can be how you provide your services, how you work with customers, how you market homes. Think about those differentiators and turn those into 3 to 5 key points. Much like your headline and your unique selling proposition, make sure that it is displayed boldly, clearly, and prominently, right? People have short attention spans. You want to be very clear, and you want to be short and concise and to the point. This is your chance to make sure that clients understand why what you do matters and how it solves their problem. So this should be about your clients, not about you. And then the last element here is social proof. Social proof can be testimonials, it can be success stories, it can be case studies, it can be media quotes and references. And it allows you to do three things. It allows you to show who you work with. So pick testimonials from your target customers so that other users connect with and identify with the types of clients you've already helped and worked with. It allows you to show what you've done and what you're capable of and what your skills are. So case studies and success stories can be a great way to do that. You can talk about selling homes above list price. You can talk about how quickly you're able to sell homes. You can talk about really anything that makes you different and turn that into case studies. And then the last point here is obvious. It builds credibility, right? Testimonials are one of the best ways to quickly build credibility with new visitors on your website. So you want to make sure you have at least a few of them featured on your homepage. Here's an example from the Kelly Weisfield group, an excellent example of social proof. You can see there's both the as seen on section here and then actual customer testimonials, just a selection of some featured testimonials here below. And then the user can go and view all testimonials which are hosted on a separate page. All right, so those are the 6 elements of a great homepage. I also want to give you 3 things that pertain to your website that you can start and should start doing right now if you have a website already. If you don't, talk to us or talk to someone who can help you with that. I definitely recommend that you get a website in place. The first thing is to install a tracking pixel on your website. This should be a Facebook pixel and a Google remarketing tag. And this allows you to start building retargeting audiences and start running retargeting ads. Even if you are not running any ads or are not planning on running any ads, you should still put this pixel in place. Why? Because when you do now or in the future, even if it's a year from now, when you do choose to add digital advertising to your marketing mix, the marketer you work with will be very thankful that you have the pixel on your page because it starts building this audience. You start capturing this data and it is a gold mine when you do want to run ads. It allows you to bring people who've come to your website and have not converted back to your site. You've all, I'm sure, have seen retargeting ads. You go to Nike to look at a pair of shoes, but don't purchase it. Those shoes will follow you around, right, on other websites. That type of advertising requires a pixel. The earlier you get it in place, the earlier you can start building your retargeting audience. In a upcoming session, there'll be 3 more of these that I'll host. We'll talk about in detail about building marketing funnels that convert and the role that not just your website, but advertising plays in this. And having a pixel in place will be a critical step of that. So this would be something I recommend you do as soon as possible. The second thing you can do is Google yourself. This is what most of your prospects and referrals will see when they research you, and most of them will. And even if you're not doing a lot of digital marketing, it still is worth spending some time optimizing this experience and making sure that the information that your prospects and your potential clients see is optimized and that they see what you want them to see. You want to have a Google My Business profile and page, get a critical mass of positive reviews. You want to make sure that your website's meta title and meta description are compelling. Here on the right, you can see an example from a client of ours, David Hatef. He's in Washington, DC. This is a great example of what this experience should look like. When you Google his name, you can see his website is first. So most of the traffic is coming to a destination that he controls, where he can show the content he wants people to see. He has his Compass profile page. He has his Instagram, his LinkedIn, all of that easily accessible. And then a Google My Business profile with 13 5-star reviews, which is just, this is a great experience. This is exactly what it should look like. The meta title and meta description I mentioned, that's what Google pulls in to show, you see here the Meet David Hataf, Washington, DC luxury real estate agent. That is pulled from his meta title on his website. And so depending on what you want people to see here, make sure you're picking the correct meta title and meta description. Generally speaking, I recommend starting on SEO fairly early when you have a website, even if it's not a big investment in working with someone. There are some things you can do right now. Google My Business plays an important role. If you have someone maintaining your website, make sure they're making the technical optimizations. I don't think it's a good use of your time to become an expert in technical SEO optimization, so I won't go in too much detail there. There are over 100 ranking factors that Google takes into account, but make sure you have someone who's maintaining your website who knows what they're doing when it comes to the technical optimizations. Off-page SEO, anyone who links to your website, who has authority, any other website will help your website rank higher. And so I'm often partnering with either other agents, getting link backs from other real estate blogs or other businesses can be a good way to start building some quality links to your site. And then the last and most important part is the content on your website. So having a blog, having a good content strategy, having valuable content that people want to seek out is a really important part of any SEO strategy. And then the third thing you can start doing is what's called the hub and spoke content marketing model. I really like this because it works well for very busy individuals who don't have a lot of time. So we follow this actually at Luxury Presence, and I'm spending a lot of time running my business and never have enough time to participate in the marketing and the content creation. And so this is a way to structure your content marketing in a way where you can actually follow it. And the way it works is you create one in-depth, high-quality piece of content, and you can start by doing it once per quarter. If you have more time, do it once per month. But the important part is that it's high quality, and that's something that your target audience really cares about. And then host it on your website and require contact info for people to download it. And then have your team turn it into 10 to 50 pieces of micro content. Micro content can be short videos that you can use on Instagram, on Reels, on TikTok. It can be short text posts optimized for LinkedIn. It can be a text or a graphic you use in your newsletter. And you can take small pieces of this larger piece of content that you've created and use that for these micro posts, and then point people back from those micro posts to the page on your website that hosts the full content piece, and again, ask people to download it. And so what will happen is people will see the short version, they'll be intrigued, they'll come back to your website, and hopefully they'll convert into a lead and provide you with their contact info so you can add them to your email list. I found this works really well, both for lead generation and for just having consistent content on your socials. A great example of this, I'm going to shout out Matt Breitenbach, who's is part of this community and is a longtime Luxury Presence customer. He actually launched a separate website for the listing portfolio book he does, and the book is available for download on the site. You can see the beautiful video here in the background, and with this in place, he can advertise this on, he can run ads for this, he can use it in his newsletter, and he can drive people back here where they can download the ebook, and he can capture their contact information. Lastly, I want to quickly talk about how to measure success. There are a lot of metrics when it comes to websites. These are the most important ones. Your unique visitors measure how many people are coming to your website, and you want to track this by traffic source. So you want to look at where are they coming from? Are they direct? Are they from Google? Are they from Facebook? And the benchmarks for this, what good looks like, what great looks like, depends entirely on how much you invest in your marketing, right? If you have a website and you're not running any ads, you're not doing anything on social, you're not promoting it, those numbers will be low. We have some clients where this is thousands of unique visitors, some clients where this is more than 10,000 unique visitors per month. So the sky is really the limit, but it depends on the efforts you're putting in. Return visitors is a good measure of people coming back to your website multiple times. And you can use this to indicate how valuable your website content is, right? If it's great, if it's valuable, they will keep coming back. Organic traffic can be a good indicator of the strength of your brand over time. So how many people are coming to your website directly, typing in your domain into the browser because they heard about you somewhere, and how many people are coming to your website from your branded Google searches. So people who are typing your name into Google and then coming to your website. Bounce rate measures the percentage of clients or visitors who leave without taking action. On some pages, this would be a problem. If you have a landing page that's designed for conversion and the bounce rate is high, that's a problem. On other pages, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So if you're promoting a listing and you're pointing someone to that listing page from an ad and the bounce rate is high, that can be okay because they got all the information they wanted and they left. And so you really got to think about what type of page and what's the objective of the page. If it is to convert, then you want the bounce rate to be really low. Generally speaking, a lower bounce rate is better because it means more people are taking action and are clicking to go somewhere else on your page. And then average session length is a great measure of the quality of your website content. Generally, it measures how long people are staying on your website. And then lastly, your conversion rate measures the percentage of visitors who provide you with their contact information. So this will be much higher for landing pages typically than for your overall website traffic, because again, landing pages are optimized for conversion. And a good conversion rate or great conversion rate depends entirely on the quality of your traffic. Generally speaking, traffic from social media will convert at lower rates than traffic from Google, and organic traffic will tend to convert more highly than traffic from your ads. I know we're coming up on time, so I want to wrap up here and see if there are any questions. And feel free to type it into the chat if you'd like.
Hi, Malte. It's Linda Ballant speaking.
Hello, how's it going?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. So I have my website with you, and I just wanted to confirm, do you automatically just keep track of all of these things when you're saying we should check this and check that, or is that something that you're already doing for people that have websites with you?
Great question. These are things we do. So Google Analytics, for example, we have in place for all of our clients. So it's accessible to you. The technical optimizations we do, pretty much everything I've talked about here are things that we offer. So if you have a website with us, you're in good shape. And if you want to learn more, talk to our support team or your account manager, and we can provide you with access to the analytics if you don't have that already.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I have on my website with you guys as well. And it just, hi, I'm Bonnie from Fort Lauderdale. Thank you for this today. I kind of feel a little lost in all the stuff you were talking about. Is there someone, now that my website is launched, that can, like, I've sat through a couple of the classes too. How can I learn how to use this, right? So I'm paying a month for it. I got my Google My Business page set up. I kind of feel a little lost on who my one go-to is on how to take care of some of this stuff. And we have a huge boat show coming up, and I'm thinking maybe collaborate with getting something advertised on there. Like if I pass out flyers, I want everything to be able to come right to my page. So who do I talk to that can help me best make use of this site?
Great question. So if you are on our launch plan, you have access to our support team at support@luxurypresence.com. And if you need help setting up a landing page, getting access to things, they're the right folks to reach out to. They'll be able to help you. If you are on any of our marketing plans, you also have access to our account management team, and you have a dedicated point of contact who can work with you one-on-one, who can get on strategy calls with you and so forth. So those are the two options for getting help from my team. In addition to that, we frequently host trainings and webinars. So what I can do after the session is circulate. I'll get the email list from Chirag's team, and I'll send out all of this information in writing and access to trainings and webinars for how to best leverage our platform for those of you who already have a website with us. Some of the questions here in the chat I see, is it linked to the CRM as well? We have a number of CRM integrations. We're actually the only website vendor that is integrated with the Compass CRM as well. So if you're using that, we can push links into the Compass CRM. There are a number of other providers that we integrate with, and we have a Zapier integration, which integrates with 600 other CRMs. So you should be covered, but you can double check with our support team if you're unsure. Yes, we'll be emailing this, and there were some questions about IDX. Yes, our websites are IDX websites. So we have a home search tool that integrates with your MLS, and we display those listings in the home search tool, and you can use it to turn your buyer traffic into leads. And yes, we'll share this information and the deck with you in a follow-up email.
Okay, thank you so much, Malte. It was a great session.
Great. Thanks for having me on. Nice to see you all.
We'll see you back in a few
speak
weeks.
soon. Thank you. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.